Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel and welcome back to Blokees. Now we talked about these before when we were doing the Galaxy version Series 1 review, which you can see right there. It's kind of convenient when you run a toy store like this and just have that display to work with. However, today we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the latest set, which is Series 5, all based on Transformers 1. And I love the idea of Blokees doing Transformers 1 because it means a lot of the minor characters and designs from that movie might actually get some representation on a toy shelf. As you can see from the assortment that is on the side of the box, we have the usual 9 to choose from with a metallic chase. We've got Optimus Prime, B-127, Wheeljack, Orion Pax, Ironhide, Hound, a shiny Optimus. See, D-16 with the Cog, Sentinel Prime, and the Death Tracker. Okay, let us crack into this and see who we actually have in this box. So, we do have a coming soon teaser on the top, which seems to be, if we get a good look here, it seems to be a Wheeljack, judging by those wings, and judging by that arm cannon and the position on the shoulders, that's an IDW Megatron. That's kind of exciting. Ooh, lots of gray, lots of dark gray. That is a D16 with Cog. If you remember set 1, the secondary bag had a lot of additional parts to it as well as the base. Well, here you might be surprised. The base is still here, but the only thing that comes on a sprue are the hands. No, in fact, the previous parts that were on those sprues, the extra bag, which are the shoulder connectors as well as the hinges, are now not only in the main bag, but the hinges are pre-assembled, which takes a little bit of the guesswork out of actually building these and makes them a little bit more intuitive. I really like that. Oh, also, if we look at the torso, the neck joint is already molded in rather than being a stem you have to attach. So again, we're getting a little bit more of an effective build experience out of these. For this, I've decided to do things a little bit differently than I did before. I'm just going to proceed to build Megatron here, and I'm just going to do this off to the side, while future me tells you about the rest of the wave on the opposite side of the screen. So whenever I'm done, I will just interrupt him, and then you can just see how quick in real time these are to build, because it is a rather pleasant experience. So without further ado, please carry on, future me. Thank you, past me. We're going to get started in a very appropriate place, which is Orion Pax himself, who is beautifully rendered. So the Blokees style is a little bit anime in style, like little large head and all that. But for Transformers 1, I think that works perfectly. Like, this does feel like a very nice representation of the character on screen. So if I take him in close so you can get a better look at him, he's got the friendly, optimistic face. He's got the belly details that are tampographed on, as well as some extra on the pelvis. And the color layout is spot on. You know, you've got that extra silver on the helmet to bring it out. You got the gray forearms, which are going to be the signature of Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. You got the front of the legs painted as well. Beautiful job to see all the detail that's added in on this guy. When it comes to the actual build and articulation of these guys, you're going to get the same results on most of them. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate it now as a result. It is a ball-jointed head, which means it does have full rotation as well as some up and down movement to it. You have the shoulder joint, which is jointed inside the torso as well as at the shoulder itself. The bicep is fully rotational, 360 degrees on that. Elbow joint has a 90-degree bend to it when I'm not fumbling the parts like so. And then the wrist joint is also ball jointed as well. The gun you see in his hand is kind of the go-to weapon of the miners for this one. And that actually kind of makes sense because it does have something akin to a mining tool look to it. So it kind of works. The waist joint, 360 degrees, nothing gets in the way. It's shaped perfectly to avoid any kind of clashing. ball joint at the thigh, and everything is cut to make sure it's clear and out of the way. Full, even motion all the way around. You get just a little bit beyond 90 degrees on the knee bend, which is always nice to see. And then the ball jointed ankle gives you all the rotation as well as the tilting you need. It tilts in all four cardinal directions, making it great for posability. For what you get out of the box, and for the price of these guys, I've always been really impressed by just how articulated they are. They're great desktop fiddle toys, great for representation, and just really nice to just pick up and pose around if you so choose. Yeah, like I'm very pleasantly surprised. Now, all of them are going to include what we've seen before, which is they're all going to have a set of closed fists as well as a splayed open hand as well. And they're all going to come with the same base. The base has 2 points where you can lock their feet down. This will give you a little bit of stability with your chosen figure. But the bases also have some grooves on the side, which will actually allow you to connect them together. So if you want a whole very stable collection of these standing across your shelf, that is the option for you. Great to actually see. And yeah, that makes them really, really nice pieces for a desk or for any particular shelving that may or may not be sturdy in your life. Point being, it's a really, really nice set. It's a really, really good value for what you're getting out of one box. Now, if we talk about him, then I think Optimus Prime should naturally come next. And there's a few things about this I actually really appreciate compared to Orion. Number one, he is just a little bit bigger to represent the growth of the character, which is good. He also stands at a wider shoulder because his shoulder joints are actually attached to the torso right out of the box. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even take as long as I thought it would. Nice, quick, efficient, and fun. Very nice. Okay, I'll let you get back to the review now. He's also decoed in a beautiful shade of silver across all of his gray parts. Again, kind of getting across how shiny and new Optimus Prime actually is in the movie. You see him here with a rifle that you might have seen in the trailers. And of course, he comes with his Energon axe in nice translucent blue. Again, head sculpt is spot on. The matrix visible inside the chest thanks to a tampograph design. Completely accurate to the movie. Yeah, it looks like a lovely upgrade of the Orion Pax we just saw. This is the one that is a chase figure. If you get the chase figure, then he's going to be metallic all over. I'm not lucky enough to have found a chase figure yet, but I'm still going to try. Maybe one day. B-127, known by various other names in the movie. But yeah, it's a proto Bumblebee and looking great. It is the uncogged version of the character. So for anyone who's upset that these don't transform, it's completely in character for most of these. I like how they went and detailed a lot of the extra parts around him with the black lining. The yellow is a fairly bright shade, which is appropriate for Bumblebee, but that does tend to wash out some of the sculpted details, so they've taken upon themselves to bring out some of it. It does look really, really nice, and it does make me want to take a liner marker to the rest of him just to make everything else pop that I can. It is a very, very nice representation. He gets his little miner's backpack, just like Optimus Prime did. He looks really, really good. Really, really nice. And again, a little bit of extra detail on the helmet goes a long way to really getting the character across. You know, that extra little bit of black helps a lot. Dig that. Little soles on his shoes, too. He's actually, to get this more accurate, has a unique foot assembly. So keep an eye on that if you get B-127 out of a box. Sentinel Prime himself. And Sentinel, they went all out on. You've got a brilliant metallic blue plastic along with gold paint and some metallic gold parts as well. He's looking fantastic. And again, he is one of the larger ones, as he is a larger character in the movie. Sculpting is done exceptionally well. That represents him very, very nicely. And I love all the gold trim that they painted across his chest and his pelvis. Like, it really gives him this more regal look that he's going for aesthetically in the movie. He does get his unique accessory as well, which is his twin-bladed weapon, which is 2 individual swords if you want him to dual wield these as well. He also comes with the added bit of playability, which is the wings themselves, which are ball jointed on and have a nice range of motion to them if you want to pose him with the wings furled. Really, really nice figure. Really nice representation of Sentinel Prime. Just gonna stop for a minute here. Are you enjoying the Blokees? They are very cool. Do you want some of your own? Because there is a link in the description of this video that will lead to a giveaway I am doing with Blokees so that you can win some of your own. It's a very simple contest. Just hit the link, follow the directions, and you are entered. So yeah, good luck. And go check it out after you finish the video. All right, back to the review. We're going to move on to the Death Tracker now, and before you say it, yes, he is very heavily inspired by the air Vehicons of Transformers Prime. There are a bunch of these in the movie. I believe I remember seeing silver and gold ones as well. One thing I'm going to tell Blokees right here, right now, you could make quite a bit if you just give us some, solid case assortments of just these. Like 3, just a box of 9 and 3 of every color that's in the movie. These would be so good to troop build. These would be so good to troop build. Suffice to say, it's an interesting shade of plastic because it's a very, very, very dark blue. It is not black. And it gets across the stealth nature of the Death Tracker very well. Very minimalistic in detail. And if you take a close look at that head, yeah, that's very, very Vehicon. He gets one of the nice rifles as well. He also gets a forearm blaster that's unique to him. And you see the big backpack that carries his wings. The wings are hinged, so you actually do get a little bit of adjustability with those as well. So a little bit more playability on the Death Tracker if you want. As I said, if I knew for sure I could get more of these out of the boxes, I would absolutely have a swarm of these as part of the collection. It's as cool of a design as it was in Transformers Prime. Cool to see a Cybertronian take on it. Yeah, I'd be down for more of these. Ironhide here, seen cogless, looking about as young as an Ironhide has ever looked, and it's a pretty nice representation. He's got the colors in the right spots. He's a little bit brighter because of the brighter gray in the shoulders. So for a younger take on Ironhide, I think that's actually fairly appropriate. If we take a close-up look at him, he's got the details you would expect. He's got, the more generic body that the miners had in the movie, but you can see that cog slot just waiting for his upgrade. A little bit more paint and tampograph on the pelvis. He's got the miner's weapon as well. I like how heavy sculpted the details are on him. He looks a lot more rugged as a result, and a lot more solidly built compared to some of the others. Look at that heavy grooves in the backpack, for instance. Yeah, he looks like he's designed for some very, very heavy engineering. As I realize I probably put his shoulders on backwards because the fronts are supposed to be painted. That's a nice thing about a Blokees design, is that these are nice plug and play kind of toys. So swapping things around in order to make them look correct. If you mess something up in the assembly, it's a lot more forgiving than any kind of similar toy. Yeah, it's a very friendly toy. If you make a mistake, it's a very friendly play pattern and build style for the figures. So yeah, no worries there. Nice figure still. We will go to his mold mate here, which is Hound. Did I get your shoulders backwards? No, I did not. You are correct. Hound fits the same body style as Ironhide, though to differentiate them, the color layout is quite a bit different, which gives him a very nice G1 style look to him. You see the whole figure itself. It's just a really nice looking Hound. Just a really nice take on him. And again, it's one of the type of characters I would expect those deeper, tougher looking builds on. Those deep groove lines that kind of bring out a lot of the more heavy nature of the design. To make him stand out a little bit, of course, tampograph details on him are different. You also have a little bit more on the forearms just to make him stand out just a little bit, which is a nice little subtle touch. Like it a lot. Now on to Wheeljack, who gets to have his own mold And it's a very, very nice one. It does strike some of the more rounded looks that Wheeljack has had over the years, which is nice, but the color layout is fantastic on him. Like, I like the non-traditional stuff, like the green biceps. It gets all of the things for Wheeljack across very, very well. We're going to take him in close because, like, look how cute the head is. Like, he's wide-eyed, young, and just, like, full of optimism here. Like, he hasn't blown up any labs yet. He does look really, really nice, though. I like the small details, like his little badge there on his chest. That's really nice. You can see some reflective appearance in the legs, like the windshields are already there, just waiting for a vehicle mode to turn into. Nice, nice design all the way around. I'm very happy with how Wheeljack turned out, and that's going to take us to the final figure of the wave, which is the one you just saw me build on the left side. This is our D16, the pre-Megatron. So this one, of course, it's a spot-on take on the character. Really, really like how it's come across. If you know the details from the movie, you can already tell it's from a very particular time period in the movie. So he does still have the yellow eyes, indicating, he has not corrupted into Megatron yet. He has the burned-in Decepticon emblem, or what will be the Decepticon emblem. He also has both of his forearm guns, both the fusion cannon, the original version of it, as well as the accessory gun onto the left arm. And these are all on the same sized port, so if you just prefer one arm cannon on your Megatron, you just want a handgun instead, you can do that. It does mean the elbows have to be on the wrong side. You do have to kind of like adjust those accordingly, but not a huge deal. You can still get a lot of range out of this Megatron. Or I'm sorry, D16. D16, excuse me. I like the little Megatronus sticker on the shoulder as well. Like, it's not even like straight. It's slightly crooked, which is perfect. Cute little detail to throw in. Yeah, they just know how to put a lot of detail into a small package here. Like, for a set of like 3 to 4 inch figures, like, these do exceptionally well just conveying characters. So that is going to be the entire wave. If I bring in the entire cast here real quick, group shot, everybody, class photo, everyone get together. All right, Sentinel, you and back, you know why. There we go. So I try to figure out how to properly arrange these. You can't see the back row anyway. But no, it's always fun to open up a whole case of Blokees and see all the characters and how they're built. They're fun to build. The character representation is great. The articulation is really nice. I like all the extra parts you get with them. And yeah, these are just really affordable for how good they are and how much you're getting out of each box. Again, just like set 1, I'm thrilled with set 5, and kind of has me wanting to go back for the other 3 sets. We'll let you know if that happens. But for now, thank you for watching, and thank you to Blokees for making this video possible. Please, by all means, go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below for you. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.